name is Kate and I'm going to read you a story. There was once upon a time an old goat who had 7 little kids and loved them with all the love of a mother for her children. One day she wanted to go into the forest and fetch some food. So she called all 7 to her and said, "Dear children, I have to go into the forest. Be on your guard against the wolf if he comes in. He will devour you all, skin, hair and everything. The wretch often disguises himself, but you will know him at once by his rough voice and his black feet." The kids said, "Dear mother, we will take good care of ourselves. You may go away without any anxiety."
Then the old one bleated and went on her way with an easy mind. It was not long before someone knocked at the house door and called, "Open the door, dear children, your mother is here and has brought something back with her for each of you." But the little kids knew that it was the wolf by the rough voice. "We will not open the door," cried they. "You are not our mother. She has a soft, pleasant voice, but your voice is rough. You are the wolf." Then the wolf went away to a shopkeeper and brought himself a great lump of chalk, ate this, and made his voice soft with it.
Then he came back, knocked at the door of the house, and called, "Open the door, dear children. Your mother is here and has brought something back with her for each of you." But the wolf had laid his black paws against the window, and the children saw them and cried, "We will not open the door. Our mother has not black feet like you. You are the wolf." Then the wolf ran to a baker and said, "I have hurt my feet. Rub some dough over them for me." And when the baker had rubbed his feet over, he ran to the miller and said, "Strew some white meal over my feet for me." The miller thought to himself, "The wolf wants to deceive someone," and refused. But the wolf said, "If you will not do it, I will devour you."
Miller was afraid and made his paws white for him. Truly, this is the way of mankind. So now the wretch went for the 3rd time to the house door, knocked at it and said, "Open the door for me, children. Your dear little mother has come home and has brought every one of you something back from the forest with her." The little kids cried, "First show us your paws that we may know if you are our dear little mother." Then he put his paws in through the window, and when the kids saw that they were white, they believed that all he said was true, and opened the door. But who should come in but the wolf? They were terrified and went to hide themselves. One sprang under the table, the second into the bed, the third into the stove, the fourth into the kitchen, the fifth into the cupboard, the 6th under the washing bowl, and the 7th into the clock case. But the wolf found them all, and used no great ceremony. One after the other, he swallowed them down his throat.
The youngest, who was in the clock case, was the only one he did not find. When the wolf had satisfied his appetite, he took himself off, laid himself down under a tree in the green meadow outside, and began to sleep. Soon afterwards, the gold goat came home again from the forest. Ah, what a sight she saw there! The house door stood wide open. The table, chairs and benches were thrown down. The washing bowl lay broken to pieces, and the quilts and pillows were pulled off the bed. She sought her children, but they were nowhere to be found. She called them one after another by name, but no one answered.
At last, when she came to the youngest, a soft voice cried, "Dear mother, I'm in the clock case." She took the kid out, and it told her that a wolf had come and had eaten all the others. Then you may imagine how she wept over her poor children. At length, in her grief, she went out, and the youngest kid ran with her. When they came to the meadow, there lay the wolf by the tree, and snored so loud that the branches shook. She looked at him on every side, and saw that something was moving and struggling in his gorged belly.
"Ah, heavens," she said, "it's possible that my poor children, whom he has swallowed down for his supper, can still be alive." Then the kid had to run home and fetch scissors and a needle and thread too. And the goat cut open the monster's stomach, and hardly had she made one cut, that one little kid thrust its head out, and when she cut further, all 6 sprang out one after the other, and were all still alive and had no injury whatsoever. For his greediness, the monster had swallowed them down whole, What rejoicing there was. What embraced their dear mother. She jumped at a sailor at his wedding. The mother, however, said, "Now go look for some big stones and we'll fill the wicked beast's stomach with them all while he's asleep."
Then the 7 kids dragged the stones thither with all speed and put as many of them into his stomach as they could get in. And the mother sewed him up again in the greatest haste, so that he was not aware of anything and never once stirred. When the wolf at length had his fill of sheep, he got on his legs, and as the stones in his stomach made him very thirsty, he wanted to go to a well to drink.
But when he began to walk and move about, the stones in his stomach knocked against each other and rattled. Then cried he, "What rumbles and tumbles against my poor bones? I thought 'twas 6 kids, but it feels like big stones." And when he got to the well and stooped over at water to drink, the heavy stones made him fall in, and he had to dry miserably. When the 7 kids saw that, they came running to the spot and cried aloud, "The wolf is dead! The wolf is dead!" and danced for joy around about the well with their mother.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. Did Peter Piper pick a peck of pickled pepper? If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper, where's the peck of pickled pepper Peter Piper picked?
It's the mist and coldest frost, with the stoutest wrist and loudest boast. He thrusts his fist against the post and still insists he sees the ghost.
Yeah.
A bitter biting bitten bit the bitter biting bitten. Then the bitter biting bitten bit the bitter biting bitten back. So the bitter biting bitten to the bitter biting bitten. I'm a bitter biting bitten back.
Wow.
Bobby Bippy bought a bat. Bobby Bippy bought a ball. With his bat, Bob banged the ball, banged it bump against the wall, but so boldly Bobby banged it that he burst his rubber ball. Boo, cried Bobby, bad luck Bobby, bad luck ball. Now to drown his many troubles, Bobby Bippy's blowing bubbles.
Through 3 cheese trees, 3 cheese trees, 3 free fleas flew, while these fleas flew, freezy breeze blew, freezy breeze made these 3 trees freeze, freezy trees made these trees, cheese freeze, that's what made these 3 fleas sneeze.
How many cookies could a good cook cook if a good cook could cook cookies? A good cook could cook as many cookies as a cook who could cook cookies.
Denise sees the fleas, Denise sees the fleas. At least Denise could sneeze and feed and freeze the fleas.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would as much as he would. As chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Wow.
There was a fisherman named Fisher who fished for some fish in a fisher, till a fish with a grin pulled the fisherman in. Now they're fishing the fisher for Fisher. That's a real tongue twister.
As the pen fell far to the floor, Amy watched it hit the linoleum, or the lino. She knew she couldn't have caught the pen if Brian threw it to her from the greasy old hands, but she picked it up and wrote directions to her house. She cleared her throat, but her words sounded little hoarse. "This is the best route. Keep your horse to this path and you'll be fine. After you cross the creek, be careful of the large roots that come up out the ground. We have a cot set up in the guest house for you." Amy handed the pen to Brian. She wanted to wash her hands immediately, but settled on wiping them on her jeans. The look in Brian's face when she did this sent a pin-prickling sensation through her. She knew she couldn't be so hard on him. After all, she thought, he is my brother. I shouldn't be so angry all the time. And he's doing us a great service by helping out this summer. Thanks again, Brian. I'll see you in the morning. Travel safe. Brian nodded to his sister. He did not attempt to extend his calloused, dirty hand to her. But he smiled, knowing that at least she had begun to trust him again.